And even for grown-up people, not knowing what's happening next is probably the biggest trigger and predictor of anxiety. So that's the same for a little child. Most parents put in place bedtime routines, for instance. The child has got dinner and brush teeth and go to bed and have a story read, and the older the child gets, the more they probably will try to stretch it by yet another story and another story. But even so, if you don't want to be forever going back and forth, just set a pattern that is going to be your pattern and stick to it. And the child may not necessarily like it for a start, but if you stick to it, they know that that is your pattern. And you have to be convincing by talking in a convincing voice and having your actions follow your words. Another advantage of having a routine, especially with little children, is that sometimes you want them to be in bed a bit earlier for whatever reason. Then you just put your routine earlier. As long as you go through the same routine, the child will fall into line. And you don't end up with an upset child. If you upset the routine for whatever reason, then you might end up with a child who is still up and about at 10 o'clock at night. And the parents have no time for themselves. And a lot of problems spring from parents not having enough sleep or not having enough time for themselves. Unless there is some kind of problem, it doesn't necessarily have to be that way. There might be reasons why a child is a certain way, but if one were a fly on the wall, you will see that a lot has to do with the interaction between the adults and the children within a family. But you must remember that you are still the king of the castle. And if you set a pattern and you set the atmosphere in the house, you will find that the child usually adapts and adjusts to that.